We live from the boxing section, you dusty ass niggas. What's going on, man? We live from the boxing section, man. What's going on? Listen, we got a very, very, very special guest here in the boxing section today. Y'all been looking for him. Y'all keep asking me where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep trying to figure out what's next, what he got going on. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the biggest mystery in all of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Dog, my brother, my mentor, my dog, you know what I'm saying? My ace, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Frederick S. Hawthorne. Man. What's going on, Big Fred?
For having me, man. Thank you for having me, dog. I totally appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Hey, listen, man. Everybody in the whole entire YouTube community.
Even your daughter. Yeah, man. It feels good to be on your platform, man.
Man, it feels good to have you back on YouTube, live interview form. You know what I mean? A lot of people keep asking me, man, what's up with Fred? So I want you to kind of go through what you've been having going on as far as your son, and basketball and things like that.
Yeah. So I recently moved, right? And I kind of had to get my footing, and simultaneously my son got the itch for basketball. And because my son got the itch for basketball, practices are the times I go live, like 7:30, right? And I'm not getting home till about 9 o'clock. And because I'm coaching my son, and because I'm volunteering at a youth program here in the community. So between me coaching and me volunteering, like at 5, like I said, I only have till 5 because I gotta be at the park at 5:30. We got 30 kids at 5:30, minimum 30 kids, you know, and I volunteer damn near every day. And so I couldn't balance it. It was literally impossible for me to balance it. And so I just been all in on Lincoln and Kennedy and Dre, and just doing family business, you know, as Kanye West would say, you know. And it's been so rewarding, Kyle, for real. Lincoln in terms of basketball, Kennedy in terms of basketball, Dre and our relationship has gotten so much. If it could have get stronger, it's gotten stronger. And because now we're spending time in the gym supporting our children, and we're going to the workouts, you know, we got family dinners on Friday. And so we don't have time for outside activities. So it's just been all family. And that makes family stronger, man. So the Hawthorns are genuinely doing better, stronger, and simultaneously I wanted to give back to the community in the best way I know how, and basketball. So I got a coaching job at a high school out here, and so I'll be the assistant coach. And I gave back my salary back to the school. They wanted to pay me, and I said, "No, I'll just give it back to the program." And so I'm basically volunteering. You know, I'm volunteering, and simultaneous as I'm giving back, I'm building my resume so I can coach, so I can be the head coach for my son when he gets to high school. So that's the ultimate goal, you know what I mean, to be and then when Lincoln graduates from high school, I want to coach Kennedy. She'll be in the 10th grade, so I'll have 3 years to coach Kennedy when Lincoln graduates from high school. So that's the ultimate goal, man. You know what I mean, to build this, to build and protect my children while keeping my family connected.
What's crazy is life is full circle.
Right.
Because you always wanted to be a basketball coach, along with being a teacher.
I think about that all the time.
So now it just kind of goes full circle to where it's like, you know what I mean? Now you coaching your son in a way where you hands on. Mm-hmm. Now, was the loss of that coach, was that the beginning of the transition?
Yeah, it genuinely was. I never thought about it in those terms, Kyle. Rest in peace, Nick Sherman. And I would say so, because he checked, like I said, he checked off all the boxes. He was a pastor, he was a husband, he was a father, He was a coach. He was a mentor. He was a community member. Played basketball at Ohio State, um, and that was Lincoln's first basketball coach. And and it's hard to find another gentleman that checks off all the boxes. I'm a family man, so I don't want to leave my kid in the hands of someone who I can't invite over for dinner based off of their character. Um, so I would say yes. But ironically enough, the last conversation I had with Nick Sherman that Saturday, he passed that Sunday when he got hit by the car. I asked him, I says, man, I'm gonna try and get a program because I want to coach Lincoln in high school. I would love for you to be my assistant coach because he balances me, right? Because I'm a very well, you guys know me from the barbershop.
Matter of fact type dude.
He's spiritual based, right? Like 100% spiritual based, right? And so I wanted him to be my assistant coach, and then I get to the gym that Thursday and realize he had passed away, and that kind of threw me in a loop. And so it put me in a position where I had to search. And when you're searching, you realize, hold up, I am the answer. You know what I'm saying? I am the answer. So I said, I'm gonna just start training Lincoln. And I had a basketball trainer at the time. And so I plugged Lincoln in with my basketball trainer. So he's been training with my basketball player. And then I found a program where I can volunteer and I want to put myself in position 10 years down the line. He's in the second grade. So we got 7 years down the line where I can be in position. I can be the head coach somewhere, and Lincoln can be my starting guard.
For sure. Now me and you talk. Me and you talk all the time.
Yes.
I think Kennedy is gonna be your best player.
Is she?
Man. Dude, she's dribbling 2 basketballs, man. She's only like what, 6?
5. That's for y'all to decide. I'm giving both of them 100%. Kennedy probably has more time than Lincoln because Lincoln picked up the ball at 7. Kennedy picked up the ball at 5. So I think they're going to be great. I think they're both going to be All-Americans. I genuinely, just think, I put this in perspective. I got a basketball scholarship to Cal Baptist. Now it's Cal Baptist University. It's a Division I school. I never had a basketball trainer, never had a father. My role model died my senior year in high school, January 95, my grandfather, and no money. So when you put that in perspective, when the genetics kick in, Dre was a good athlete. She swam in college and played tennis in college. So when you put all this together, I'm projecting minimum All-American, like top 100 boys and girls, and Lincoln is ahead now. He's much further than I thought he would be at this point now, and it's gotten me excited. It's got me in the gym. Basketball is my first love. Boxing came thereafter. So it's put me in a place of balance. It's put me in a place where I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's as my college teammate is texting me right now. But yeah, it's been glorious, man. Like honestly, Kyle, it's been so much, man. It's been so much fun, dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. And I just didn't have I couldn't serve 2 masters. Like when I was doing live, I was giving everything to the live. I was paying for the interviews, paying for the talent to come on. So I didn't playing Patty Dean, paying everybody, right? Paying everybody, right? And no one, no one came on for free. No one was free. Like if you saw someone on my platform, not unless it was spontaneous, like they call in or something like that. But if it was a scheduled guest, I paid them, right? So I couldn't give 100% to that and give 100% to the Hawthorne brand. So and naturally I had to choose family. So I want to get back. I want to do live. I'll be wanting to do lives, but at 9 o'clock, when you got 30, 40 kids in the gym, Kyle, from 5:30 to 7:30, and then you got to come home, take a shower, and we got to do our readings. We got to do our Spanish words. We got to do our English words. We got to, if we don't do piano before basketball, we got to go through piano. So by then, it's 9. I'm not relaxing until between 9 and 10 o'clock. And by 9 and 10 o'clock, I just want to watch. I watch you a lot, and and I'm catching up on sports and just scrolling through the titles. Like I don't even have time to really watch people's um um platforms. Like I'm so unattached. Thank God for Instagram. Instagram keeps me abreast more so than YouTube. Like, but I did want to jump on your platform that one night when that girl was on there smoking and blaming men and doing that. Then I was like, nah. I
Yeah, I
wanted to
sure the
talk about
hell
so
wish you would
bad.
have.
She was so lost. But that we could have that conversation another day. But yeah, in
No,
my
man,
opinion.
most definitely.
Mhm.
You know, how has the transition been? Do you miss YouTube at all?
Mm-mm. I don't miss YouTube. I don't miss YouTube because it's family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I when you give something everything, you feel good. Like I feel like I've given everything that I possibly could, right or wrong. Like I said, history will prove me right. History will prove me wrong. You know, but I given my all. This is the only platform in the world that gave an interactive audience for free. Uh, where you had from Bob Arum to John Carlos to Deontay Wilder to whoever you name it during COVID up until now. Like I think I've done my part. I really think I've done my part. So now I'm transitioning. Basically, it's gonna be like a reality show on my platform. In 3 years, I'm gonna do a reality show with Lincoln. I'm gonna produce it. When he becomes more vocal. You understand what I'm saying? Like when he can articulate himself better. He's still a kid, he's still 8, so about 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna do a reality show on him through basketball, and you guys will see what the Hawthorns do on a daily basis and stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna transition into that in about 4 or 5 years. Maybe when he gets into sixth grade, sixth, seventh grade, when he's kind of not his own person, but you get what I'm saying? Like he can carry a scene. I don't think he can carry a scene now. He's still a kid. We
yeah.
still do kid things. We still go play freeze tag, hide and seek. Stuff like that. So, but yeah,
So you don't feel like sometimes you Michael Jordan after the first three-peat or Andre Ward,
I
uh,
do.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Where
do.
it's like you got a lot of meat left on the bone and you just like, fuck it.
Um, I don't know if I have a lot of meat left on the bone. I appreciate you saying that. Uh, I think I've done everything. Like people know my stance. I don't even have to do videos anymore because people know my stance on stuff anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like when something happens in the world, people know how I'm gonna respond. Like the ignorance of Tank. Like how what I'm gonna say about that. You can't assault a woman and then have then a man have empathy for you when you assault two women. Like I I I I I don't know, but I feel good. Like I feel like happy, like joyful, you know. And if you follow me on Instagram, you basically know what I'm doing on a daily basis.
Right.
Like if I open up the door, you'll hear Lincoln and Kennedy hollering and playing and doing what they do. So but yeah, there's a lot of meat left on the bone, yes. Could I go cover Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, and do a couple million views? I damn sure can because I can afford it. It's not in my heart to do it. It's not in my heart to call Jordan. It's not in my heart to call Earl. It's not in my heart. I can get Bomac on an interview. Me and Bomac has been in communication all of COVID. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not in my heart. It's not where I genuinely want to be right now. So
So now you took the family route. Not saying you always been a family guy, but I'm
mhm,
saying like solely like coaching things like that.
mhm.
Where does your next film fit in
Yeah.
with all of that?
I've been thinking about that. Good question. I've been thinking about that. I have one in my head. It'll come because I have time. I still have time, but the time is like between March and June in my head right now, the end of the basketball season, because I'm a full-time coach now, right? Like we got practice Saturday. It's a dead period now. Our first practice is 8 a.m. on Saturday and 8 a.m. to 11. And then I told like 7 to 9 Monday through Friday. And then I got to go train Lincoln. and then I got to go, do family stuff, and then I got to train the kids at 5:30. So somewhere between March of next year and June is when I have to film it. I can't film it during the year because I don't have that time. But it's definitely on my mind. I took this year off because of it was just like it was like it was an easy transition, you know, but I had to transition everything. I'm literally in a whole new community, don't know anybody. Uh, so I had to figure out the parks and rec situation, the school situation, uh, extracurricular activities, uh, grocery stores, stuff like that. So it was a complete uproot. I didn't stay in the same city and move 10 blocks down the road, so it was tough. Mhm.
Now, do you think things would be easier if you still had the same house?
Mm, no, actually no, because everything is a whole lot closer. See, when you live in the LA basin, everything is 30 minutes away. I'm not sure if it's like that in Oakland, right? But you in Oakland, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hayward,
Yeah. So
Oakland,
so in the
Hayward.
LA basin, it's it's everything is crowded, right? There's 4 million people there, right? The city I live in now is about 100,000, right? So it's easier to navigate. It's no, I haven't had a line since I've been here. The parks and recs, man, God, I'm telling everybody, move to the outskirts of your major city. The parks and rec situation, like Lincoln and I was gonna rent a gym out all summer, right, for 2 hours a day every day, so Lincoln and I can get training time. So I just happened to drive and stop at a park. The resources in the buildings are so underserved. Um, I don't have to go past an alcoholic, a gang member, a derelict, a prostitute, or anything as such. I see mothers and fathers and in the gym with their kids. They're on the outside on the football field, and it's so underserved. It's like 6 people in the gym. If I was in the LA basin, it would be 40 people in the gym. So it's I, I've said this on the show a lot. Like move to the outskirts. Of your city because the resources move where a place has its own police, fire, and water supply because it makes life so much easier for sure, for sure. So I would say that this has been the best move. I had to make some big financial decisions in getting a house of this magnitude. Um, so but overall it's been a blessing. Like for real. It's been better. It's been better. Yeah.
Definitely, man. Um, so for the people that think that you left YouTube
Uh-huh.
because uh because the haters ran you away, what do
It,
you say to that? Or if you say
um,
anything at all?
um, hopefully they've convinced more people to think that. You know what I mean? Like, uh, uh, I hope they believe it because they deserve to be inspired. They feel like they won the war. I mean, more power to them. Um, I, I mean, thank you for keeping. Like, honestly, at this point, for real, Kyle, I'm really thankful for whoever says my name at this point because I'm not around. Like I need somehow because I'm going to transition this platform into basketball and the Lincoln and Kennedys and the Hawthorns platform. So honestly, as I'm transitioning over the next 2 years, like it's going to be a little bit of boxing because I still watch it, and I still have friends and associates in boxing. So it's still going to sprinkle some boxing in it. But if you hate me, man, I encourage you to tweet, tell the world if you was it Facebook, Instagram, because it has no power over me. A Instagram tweet, not no such thing as an Instagram tweet, but it has no power over me. So I would encourage them to continue, and if they ran me off, they won. They won. I mean, it's a victory. So if they feel they've run me off, then I would ask them to do some videos where they're celebrating, or some tweets when they're celebrating, and Instagram posts when they're celebrating, or Facebook posts when they're celebrating. Actually, they should set an alarm every day at like 9:30 in the morning after they drop their kids. Actually, 7 o'clock in the morning, because they wake up thinking about me, maybe. So um, do a Instagram tweet at 7 a.m. before they even interact with their kids. That would be great. That's more satisfying. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How many dance videos do you think you watched?
I would say uh, when I first got on YouTube, a lot. You know, now zero. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know who dislikes me at this point. Um, don't really care. Like, I'm unsubscribed to everybody. Like, I'm unsubscribed to them, and you know how you can push that button like on YouTube where you're not interested, and then like you got the button on the side, like don't ever, because even when you're not subscribed to them, they still put you like in a home page.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked YouTube to what's it called? Don't mention this platform any longer. So if they hate me, they hate me. You know, I can give I don't care, because a lot of the YouTubers, it's too many to name at this point. I think they're frauds. You know, the reason why I think they're frauds, and this is what I personally believe, is because when you're presented with the truth and you still run with a narrative, that means you're a weak person. And um, from the Earl Spence fiasco to now, uh, the presidential stuff we talked about during COVID, to black on black crime. Um, it's just a tragedy, man. We think that we're gonna find strength outside of ourselves, but I get it, man. People people using this platform to make money and do what they do, but at when you stand on for truth, Kyle, and when you don't bend as it pertains to your family, like I don't bend when it pertains to the Hawthorns, um, and people don't. I've realized this just thinking. You know how you think sometimes, and you just think, obviously when you think to yourself and you like, hold up, I'm really an outlier, right? I have a family. Um, um, I created my own job. Uh, I've been successful in most things that I've done, many things that I've done, and many things that I've accomplished is uh is extreme. Like building a platform to be in the I was the biggest platform during COVID. Let's say one of the biggest. I don't want to make it arbitrary. One of the biggest platforms during COVID. That was intentional, right? Michael Jordan was in my first film. Um, I've done a documentary on Floyd Mayweather. I turned the unemployment check into 8 figures. I've been with the same woman 23 years, 2 kids by one woman. So when you put all of that, and when you speak from a place of experience and a place of I've realized that when you use the word I, Kyle, people think that you're arrogant. I did this. I did that. People think that, you know, oh, I'm Emmy nominated. I've written 4 books. I've released 3. You know, people say I don't have to use like Mr. Williams as the example. I don't have to use Mrs. Williams as the example. I can use me. You know, fail or pass, I can use me. And I think people um don't understand that. So I've realized that I'm probably like an outlier, you know. At 45, I'm an outlier, you know, and the fact that I made mistakes young. Thank God, Kyle, they wasn't big mistakes. Thank God that petty theft charge that I had was a misdemeanor, right? And because that was a misdemeanor, I was able to fix my problems and never ever need a mulligan again. Never ever need an excuse. Like I touched the stove one time and it was hot, and I said I'm never touching the stove again. And since then I've been on the up and up. And I think that the the cyber community as a whole are so used to repairing that they forget to fix things. Like you fix it one time and you move on. You don't repeat it. That's why say God said repent your sins, right? People repair. Like they don't fix their sins. They commit the same sins, whether it's drinking, smoking. I choose not to. You know, and I've realized that for the most part men don't get that, humans don't get that, and then that I get the title is arrogant. I am arrogant. Confident. I am confident. I have an ego. I have all the above. I have all the adjectives because I am a whole person, right? People think that you're just supposed to be humble. You're just supposed to be have humility. There's a time and place for all adjectives, and for most adjectives, because the smart Alex will subjugate me to some negative adjectives, but at the end of the day, you know it is what it is, Kyle. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. So uh it's been a good ride, man. It's been a real good ride.
So we had a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Do you ever think back at the moments before the Nation of Islam stuff?
No, I don't. I don't think about it as an individual. Um, no, I don't. I haven't given the Nation of Islam much thought lately. To be honest with you, Kyle. Um, Not from a standpoint of like from the core of me. You know, I think of it naturally because I'm subscribed to Malcolm X's hashtag. I'm subscribed to El Haj Malik El Shabazz hashtag. So from that standpoint, I think of it because it's a part of the whole story. But in terms of wanting to do something on it, nah, I don't. I don't think of it. I think I got stronger. I think I got better. I think I was able to. I think I became a better communicator. I think I became a more concentrated communicator, post Nine Wise, post the Nation of Islam. I think I've gotten stronger. I think I've gotten better. Hey, beautiful. Tomorrow. Mhm, mhm. So I would say I've gotten better since then. I don't and now if I do it, it's brought to me. Like it was research based during COVID, right? Where I was actually going out getting the information. But now people DM me from time to time and say I want to do an interview, I want to do this, and I say yeah, sure. But in terms of like I don't have time really. I want to. Don't get me wrong. Like I want to do more stuff, Kyle, but it's the time ain't there, and I want to do more. Like for real, I would love to do more. I turned down a big deal. I turned down a $750,000 signing bonus. December, January. I posted on my stories. I and it was for a Nation of Islam film. Um, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So just didn't have the time. Couldn't commit to it. You know, so I chose not to do it.
Okay. Do you,
Oh, you got the baby. It's fine.
uh,
No, it's fine. She can cry. No big deal. Yeah.
nah, yeah. Uh, what do you miss the most
The
about?
interaction with the people. Oh, for sure. The interact. Man, listen. When you got, I mean, the numbers dropped after COVID, but we were still doing 100 to 250 people a night. Live. 2 or 3 thousand people will watch it in 24 hours. So that type of stuff, I miss it. I miss the interactions, the jokes, communicating with you every day. Uh, Everybody, like I miss that because I'm human. So you miss the human interactions, right? And but miss in terms of like, man, I'm longing to do it. No, miss as in terms of great memories.
Okay.
Like because I can go live anytime I want to, but I'm just not inspired to do it. like anxious to do. Like I was anxious to do. Like I would fix my day around sitting in this chair at 7:25 to go live at 7:30. Um, so yeah. But no, I don't miss it in terms of like, man, uh, I I I follow all y'all on Instagram, so I see Max working. I see Max, his daughter just graduated from middle school. Um, you know, KB goes live from time to time. I watch him. Champ he just dropped food the other day, yesterday. So I'm still in touch. You know what I mean? But I understand that this was a base. And Birdman, where Birdman been?
I ain't seen Birdman in a
I
minute.
know, because I've been on I watched your show. He owed me $50, man. Because he said Westco was gonna fight him. I told Earl ain't fighting him. I'm fighting Keith Thurman, dog. I told him what. So he got to find Birdman. He owed me $50.
You, you know what's crazy though, Fred?
uh,
You picked a time where boxing has given us everything that we ever asked for.
wow, hasn't it? You, you know what? From T.O. to Adrian Broner this weekend till July 29th, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. And I'm happy. See, they need each other now. And this is when media got to be honest, right? We still got people, you would know now better than I do, but as of like 6 months ago, you still had people choosing sides. Ego was pro PBC. You had Monty Brown, who was pro Canelo, and Earl Spence could do no wrong. You had who was Terrence Crawford? Somebody was Terrence Crawford. I don't know. I can't remember, but like those are ones that come to my mind off the top. But now they need each other. Al Heyman doesn't have the money, so he got to send Reese Eileen over to Australia to get a check. Tony Harrison over to get a check. Stevie Fulton over to Japan to get a check. Ryan Garcia, he had to bring him in the fold. He couldn't get all these deals in house, and simultaneously, the other promoters need each other too. So Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum, they working together. Golden Boys working with PBC. They need each other. And when they need each other, it's a great time to be a boxing fan. And from now until July 29th, we're getting some really good fights. Like the week of that fight, Stevie Fulton and Earl Spence. Oh yeah, it's gonna be big time.
Yeah. To be right the whole entire time.
Right.
And then say, all right, fuck it, giving it up. And then once you give it up, then everybody, then all the shit has happened.
Yeah.
But you told everybody exactly when the fight was going to happen. Me and you, I didn't have none of the information that you had. All I had was common sense as it pertains to the fight. Yeah. And we used to always say, oh, that shit happened. This shit.
Man, listen. I was laughing at people who reported November 19th, man. I was laughing because Steven Espinoza was literally lying to their face. Steven Espinoza, every interview, he lied to the people, man. And I told you guys that it's not happening until next year. You guys don't understand. Al Heyman is squeezing him. Al Heyman, in my opinion, has done some of the most egregious things to Earl Spence's career. It's the last 15 months has been. I mean, Earl may not even know, but like Earl should have fought. Earl should have fought in January, February. But that $30 million that Saudi Arabia offered, it was 25, right? 50 million. But they would have gave, but here's the catch. No, but they would have gave Earl 25 and paid Al Heyman. So it was like 30 million a piece. Right. And the fact that they didn't get that money is sad. The fact that, man, is people don't understand it because people are choosing sides, and they're part of the problem as well. People are still stuck on like this fake "I'm black" is the answer. The truth is the answer, Kyle. And the truth is Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford had a guarantee of minimum $25 million. And I knew it back then. I knew it last year, but I didn't want to expose it. Terrence Crawford exposed it when he did that, but he didn't say the name. People were saying Jay-Z. How the heck? Jay-Z, if Jay-Z didn't put money in Andre Ward's career, how the hell they gonna put in the same type person, you know what I mean, like same in terms of media? And Terrence Crawford. It doesn't happen, you know. And so it was Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia only has a certain amount of dates, you know, and that's why Bob Arum is pump faking now. Bob Arum is playing the game because he don't want to pay for the fight. If Saudi Arabia is gonna pay for the fight and he gets his piece, he gon' he gonna make it happen. That's all he's doing. He's pump faking to get the fight to December, and they make the fight, and Tyson Fury make a career high payday. People still talking like this. Tyson Fury's a clown. Tyson Fury's that. No, no, man. They gonna get it on in December, and they're gonna get a career high ransom. That's it. And the truth is, it was supposed to be on the same card because Saudi Arabia only has limited dates. Don't you know it was supposed to be Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford, Wilder versus Joshua, and Usyk versus Fury? That was supposed to be one card.
On one card?
Yes, one card. Yeah, one card. When someone interviews Amir Abdullah, ask y'all gotta. You'll be in Vegas for Earl Spence, right? Ask him. He's gonna be at the fight. Amir Abdul. Sit down and talk with him. He's a very pleasant man. I only know him through Badu Jack, and he's been great by Badu Jack. And but yeah, he'll tell you they offered, they inquired, they called Al Heyman. Man, listen, I tell people, and I don't care at this point. I was on the phone with Al Heyman on mute. Like, I don't know why people don't get what I'm saying. I wasn't going to, hey Kyle, can I get so and so number? Can I? No, I'm on the phone on mute. Actually, I'm on speakerphone on mute, just listening to it. And Al Heyman is just talking and talking and talking, and you know, it is what it is, man. But people believe what they want to believe. You know, there's more unhappy A-level people at PBC than there are happy people, guaranteed.
Why didn't that Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight take place in Saudi Arabia?
I don't know, but I know Devin Haney reached out. I don't know the true particulars on that, but I knew the design of the contract. I told you guys what's going to happen. He's going to fight Lomachenko on the third fight because I know, like, I can't sit here and say I know everything that goes on at Top Rank, but Top Rank has been privately has been real good to me, you know. And it's no secret Bob Arum and I have a good relationship. I mean, all I do is call Bob and he'll give me, and I've never taken him up on anything tangible, only information, right? And because of that, you know, I know what goes on at Top Rank. I told Bill the deal. You know, I told Bill before he signed the man, listen, I knew that shit was going. I pretended I didn't know in my videos. I knew what was going down. Maybe at the same time, Bill knew what was going to go down. I'll be honest with you. When Lomachenko went to war, I knew exactly what was going on. And I'm sitting here doing the show, and Deacon 305 is talking. And I remember this vividly. Man, thank God for the war. I'm like, you're thanking God for the war. People dying. right. No disrespect to him, and rest in peace to his wife, man. And I know I asked God to cover him. But I'm sitting here doing the show for about a month and a half, or 3 weeks. And I'm like, damn, they have no idea. But I couldn't say anything. But I'm sitting here like, nah, Devin's gonna sign with him. He's gonna fight Kambosos. I didn't know the locations. Don't get me wrong. I didn't know the locations. I didn't know that, but I knew the deal. And I told Bill, and he probably knew. He knew, but I said, you're gonna fight Kambosos twice, and the third fight, you're gonna fight Lomachenko. Simple as that. I knew the deal, but you know, it is what it is, man. And truth be told, that was the best deal they could make at the time. That was the best deal they could make at the time. You can't go to PBC. He's had 3 fights in 360 days. 300. His first fight was June 3rd. He fought when April what? Oh, he fought May what?
What was it, like May 30th?
Well, May something. So that means in about 345 days, he fought 3 times. Put that in perspective, right? He fought 3 times. 2 Camboses, 1 Haney, made 8 figures. It's a great year, right? So it actually worked out for him. And in my greatest opinion, he's going to re-sign with Top Rank. You can't go. The brand is too big. The brand is ESPN is too big. You can't leave ESPN for the zone. You can't.
So what do you think should be his next move?
I think you need to stay at 135 and put those belts on the line, money wise. It's a big business. I think Tank needs to fight him, but that's not going to happen. I think they're going to offer. Matter of fact, I know they're going to offer. I know they're going to offer the Shakur fight. And you say why? Because just like PBC, just like the Zone, just like any other promotional outfit, they want the power. And the power right now is with the belts. It's not, you don't have a Floyd Mayweather, right? So they're currently want to do a deal with Shakur and Devin. I know without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know if they're gonna give him a fight in between, or it would absolutely be the next fight. But he's so pressed for time, he can't go to 140 because the money's different. He's literally in control, so he has the power. He has a lot of power. If Devin and Tank was smart enough, but but you got to understand, Tank has an unintelligent team. I think Mr. Haney is playing the cards as best he can, but behind the scenes, they need to be working together. Them as individuals, similar to the way I told Earl Spence when he did the live, when he came on and called in, he needs to talk to Terrence Crawford. Tank needs to talk to Devin and make the fight.
You see what happens when they talk to each other. The fight got made.
The fight got made because, and then you realize, oh, maybe Bob Arum was the problem, right? If you're talking to Devin and Tank, maybe Bob Arum is the problem in that, or maybe Al Heyman is the problem. And in case of Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, Al Heyman was the hindrance. 15 minutes, I'll be done. And but dinner time at 5, dinner time. We've been eating dinner like at 4:30, 4:45. So we'll have to do it at 5:01. But yeah, but Al Heyman, man, I have no respect for him, man. Like what he's done to these fighters' careers, man, and how he's destroyed the market. Yes. Everybody's Gary Russell now. Remember how we complained about Gary Russell and I told people, y'all need to protect Gary Russell. Now everybody at PBC is Gary Russell. Even a best fighter. Outside of Tank, everybody's Gary Russell. You're going to fight once a year between 12 and 15 months. And that's it. That's all we got for you. Now, unless you want to go to another country and risk it.
Yeah, it's a fact.
So everybody's Gary Russell. So, and they got to find a way.
How did you score that Devin and Lumber fight?
I stopped scoring at the 4th round. It was too close. I couldn't score it. I felt like Devin won. I do feel like Lomachenko had the best rounds in the fight, though. You get what I'm saying? 10 and 11 were the best rounds in the fight, right? In terms of winning the rounds. But I thought Devin, in my mind, the way I felt at the end of the fight, Devin won. And I'm glad. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, when he won that 12th round, I knew it was.
Oh, he won the 12th round. He won the 12th round for sure.
That's what won him the fight.
Right. He did. He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I asked Lomachenko, how did he rate Devin Haney's body
I
work?
saw it, man. I'm on you. I'm on it.
He knew exactly what I was talking about. Going, Said something totally different. You do one of these turnarounds.
Yeah. Sometimes you ask questions and um, they intentionally take you somewhere where you don't want to go because they know who you're rooting. They believe they know who you're rooting for and stuff like
Oh,
that.
for
But
sure. See, everybody else was kissing his ass. Before everybody was like, oh, we feel like you won. We feel like you won. And I'm in the back. I'm waiting.
you were there, though. You were there. You were
I was
there.
waiting. I couldn't wait to get that damn microphone, man.
You were there, man, and it was dope. There, it was dope because I was watching the press conference. I didn't watch it live, but when I came, I was like, "Oh, Kyle from the boxing section." Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, that was dope. And then they reposted it on Instagram. I saw it in your stories.
For
That
sure.
was dope.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this: everything you said about their credentials,
Uh-huh.
100% right, bro.
About
The
I don't want
credentials,
about the other side.
having the credentials,
You don't need them.
it's cool to have. It's cool to
You
say
don't.
that you had it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Like
cool to
for
say
the
if you have it.
yeah, for like the optics,
Mm-hmm.
like for the people that's outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? For like the casual fans, it's like, oh my god. But when you in it and you know better, it ain't even worth it, dog.
No,
It ain't worth your purpose.
like fight night. Fight night. Now, the press conference, but in terms of moving around with the camera, you don't need a credential. If you don't have a credential fight night, it's the best ever. It's the best ever, And now that the fight is at the MGM, so if the fight is at the MGM, you're going to get all the interviews you want at the MGM from the celebrities to the fighters. All you got to do is be there, and that's when you make most of your money. Then and then when you do the interview, you get their contact information at the same time. So now you have them in the Rolodex, and then you text, man, I appreciate you. Here's the link to our interview. That's how I would do. Here's the link to my interview. Our interview. I appreciate you. Thank you, man, for giving me some of your time. I know you were busy. And then we develop relationships. And then they follow the platform simultaneously. And then and then like 30-40% of them, they'll repost. They'll repost your stuff. So it's been a hell of a. That's how I would do it. And that's why I was telling people, was like, haha, you got your credentials taken. They don't know. I built I turned the unemployment check into my little fortress. Like, not having a credential is not a deterrent. It inspires me more, So I understand. Like, see, I understand people wanting failure from you. That's fine. It doesn't fuel me or excite me. I always know, like, that there's always going to be a percentage of people that want you to fail and that wants you to lose, and they have every right to. They have every right. I don't. It's you're going to be a miserable person trying to convince people that want you to lose to convince them that you're a good person. No, I'm a bad person to them. I'm a terrible person. And I will continue to be that terrible person because my algorithms is working in my circle. My algorithms is working. So I'm going to continue to be that person. So, you know, oh, they have a link now. Stream to your audience. Do I click that button? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, but we're not live though. We're not live. I did it privately, so we didn't want the comments and shit. So that's what I was saying. You can stream it straight to yours, but I think you probably still do it afterwards, though.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we do it afterwards, man.
Okay.
But listen, Lincoln ready to eat.
You know yeah, you hear Kennedy?
Yeah.
Kennedy,
so listen, man.
It's time for me to
we're gonna
do
this again off top.
What time is it?
Here, come here, Nani.
Tell people what we got to do. Eat. So we got to eat dinner. Yeah. But now let's do this once a month. Let's do this once because that way it keeps me in the loop and it gets Kennedy on camera. It gets Kennedy on camera time, So, but yeah, man.
We're a little graduate. This is the little graduate.
Congratulations! She just graduated.
Thank you.
She had her lay and all that. Hey, tell her congratulations. Congratulations. Right. Wow. Hey,
Say
congratulations.
hi.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi, Kennedy. See, this is what it's about, Kyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, family, being a beautiful daughter, putting your daughter on your shoulders in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Got to, man. That's the
Every
best
day.
thing.
I watch that every morning. So yeah, it's a good. You gonna say hi? She don't want to say hi.
All
Okay.
right. All right, Fred. We'll do this once a month.
Yeah, I appreciate you, dog. Yeah, let's just do it.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
because my schedule gets after Saturday. So we have practice till the end of July. So with the high school team, and y'all gonna be seeing all the videos and stuff I started doing with
Sure.
that. But it's time to
Hey,
win.
listen.
We got one.
I got a homeboy. He got a podcast called the Podcast About Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that link and subscribe to him, bro. He's
Okay.
one of your biggest fans
Uh-huh.
because you have some of the biggest haters.
Oh, really?
That's why I really wanted. That's why I really, when next time you come on, that's why I want to be on with you. Because y'all have a good ass time.
Oh,
Like
really?
every time somebody says something about you in the comments, he was like, man, come on, Fred Dick.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah. So he don't even know you, but he love you though. You know what I'm saying?
tell him I said thank you, please. Tell him I said thank you, man. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, see, and I am nothing like Malcolm X, but I've had an ascension, right? And I'll leave you with this here box. And so with that being said, hey, go ahead, Nate, I'm coming. Your mommy, I'm coming. Mommy, I'm coming. And so I've had an ascension, right? So I've gone through, man, we got to do this together. I've gone through like, man, helping people to the fullest. I've done all of that, and the reality is, it's good versus evil, man. It's good versus evil, and Malcolm X says when he went to Mecca, that he drank from the same cup as people with blonde hair, blue eyes, who would be considered devils here in America. And Islam is focused on the deeds, and I think us as humans needs to be focused on the deeds. And I want everyone to see my journey and understand that, right? Because I didn't know. See, when you grow up in the heart of Harlem, in the heart of South Central, you're programmed to believe certain things. You're programmed to believe that you have an innate energy. I mean, enemy. You have an organic enemy. And but when in actuality, all you got to do is grow, and build your last name. And when you build your last name, it it organically creates an ascension, and your family just grows. And the woman or man that you procreate with and marry should be your best friend, should be your business partner, should be your should be a reflection of your best decisions. And I think that's the problem that we have. We don't see the person we procreate with, marry, as as a reflection of the best decisions we've ever made in our life. Um and when you do that, that becomes godlike, but it takes time to get there. It genuinely takes time to get here. And hopefully when people see my journey and see my growth, hopefully they're inspired by it, because being pro black, you can't be pro God and be pro black. You get what I'm saying? Like, it don't work together. It don't work. It can't work. So because you're pro black, that means black is right in everything that they do, and you must be silent. Silence is a sin. And uh, choose to be I choose to propel and protect my last name, which aligns me with God. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't really care who I offend. Like, honestly, it's beautiful to tell the truth. Oh man, it's so fun to tell the truth, and watch the chickens run back to the coop. You know what I mean? It's so run. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. And then, and I'm probably gonna stop doing this. It's just rattling the cage. I enjoy rattling the cage, but I don't. But it's kind of boring to me right now. right now. Probably because I'm so intertwined in basketball, but it's been fun. But thank you, man, for having me on your platform, dog.
Man, thanks for being on, Fred.
No, it's love, man. It's love.
See if you can share it to your platform right quick.
I will. I'm gonna download it, and you want me to upload it or just put it in the community section?
Do both.
Okay, I'll do both. And so I'll download it. So I'll upload it tonight. I'll upload it tonight when I get home. We're about to go to basketball practice. Where we going, Kennedy? We're gonna go train. So all right. Thank you, Kyle. Right, thank you, dog.
Hey, play the song, Fred. In the words of the great philosopher Lil E, I want y'all to breathe air and live life. You know, it's always a treat when players meet. Thank you all for breaking bread, man. With that, we are out.
Thank you, dog.